Did you watch movies like The Terminator, I, Robot, The Matrix, and that kind of movies? Well, if you haven't, these movies describe what it would be like to create intelligent machines, which after a while turn on us and start killing people, and we end up being slaves to machines or biological batteries. So, is it possible? The philosophical problem of artificial intelligence aims mainly to answer the question of can a machine think in the same sense as humans? A lot of philosophers have tried to answer those questions, but here emerges the bigger problem, which is that they did not agree on a definition of intelligence. Alan Turing thought that if computers exhibited human-level conversational abilities, we should confirm that they are intelligent. He proposed a test to investigate whether people can detect if they are talking to machines or humans. The test's main version is played by 3 people, a man, woman, and an interrogator. The interrogator stays in a room far from the two. The aim of this game for the interrogator is to distinguish between the other two and decide which of them is the woman and which is the man. Turing then asked what would happen when a computer replaced the man in this game. Would the interrogator be able to identify the human? If the interrogator failed to distinguish between humans and computers, then the computer passed this test. No computer had ever previously passed the test, which required 30% of human interrogators to be tracked during a series of 5-minute keyboard conversations. But Eugene Gostman, a computer program developed to simulate a Ukrainian 13-year-old boy, managed to convince 33% of the judges that it was human. The judges thought of his grammar mistakes and the lack of experiences as a result of being a child and a non-native English speaker. Due to the results of the Turing test, 2 parts resulted in the problem of AI: strong AI and weak AI. Strong AI believes that thinking is just a matter of simple manipulation, which is exactly what computers do. But weak AI, which thinks that computers with the proper program could simulate the human mind in a specific task as good as they simulate weather. The American philosopher John Searle refuted the strong AI party and claimed that the Turing test is not enough to decide whether computers are intelligent or not. He instead proposed his famous thought experiment, the Chinese room argument. Searle asked the reader to imagine that he is locked in a room containing baskets full of Chinese symbols, and that there are people outside the room who can understand Chinese. Although he knows nothing about Chinese, if he had a rulebook in English for matching Chinese symbols entirely by their shapes, he will be able to answer the questions asked by the people outside by manipulating the handed-in symbols according to the rulebook and hand back the answers to them. In his analogy, the rulebook represents the computer program, the people who wrote it are the programmers, he is the computer, and the basket full of symbols is the database. He argued that, as in his case, being able to answer the questions appropriately with the help of the rulebook does not imply that he understands Chinese. The same goes for computers with the help of programs. The fact that computers are simple manipulating devices is not evidence that computers can think and have cognition in the same sense as humans. Searle believes that computer programs are syntactic formal statements with no intrinsic meanings. On the other hand, human minds are semantics and have mental content as we associate meanings and feelings to words. In addition, according to Searle, the main point is that syntax by itself is not sufficient for semantics, so accordingly, programs are neither constitutive nor sufficient for minds. In other words, strong AI is false. So what do you think? Do you believe that a computer can think in the same manner as a human being? Tell us in the comments below.